Good evening, everyone. Let's work on a giant granny square blanket, shall we? Oh, if I could get off of it. It's so huge at this point. Alright, this thing is getting seriously huge. So, slide back a bit. Hope the cat doesn't turn the Wi-Fi off again tonight. And let's get connecting, shall we? So, got 8 more of these ready to go. Ready to connect. All that good stuff. So let's get crocheting. Sorry I didn't go live last night like I said I would. Mortgage things. Just house buying things causing stress and shenanigans, and I just did not want to interact with another person afterwards. I have never signed so many pieces of paper in my life. I didn't even have to sign this many documents to get my passport. And I thought that was a lot of paperwork. Phew. All right, there we go. Welcome, everybody, if you're just joining. I do hope you had a good day. We are working on this giant granny square blanket for my brother's wedding present tonight, as we have been for several live streams now. We're in the home stretch of finishing all the granny squares. Hi, welcome to the live. I do hope you are well. Mixed knitting. I mean, I'm crocheting, so. Close. Wrong yarn craft. I do know how to knit. Just not as well as I crochet. I definitely still consider myself. I had an okay day. I'm in the process of buying a house, and it's just so much paperwork. I've never signed so many documents in my life. It's just a very busy week so far. What are you doing? I am crocheting a giant granny square blanket for my brother as a wedding present. We've been working on this all year. Really, man. 5 minutes and 4 seconds. That's a record. And then oh my goodness. Anyway, yes, giant blanket for my brother's wedding gift. That is what we are working on. I've got a basket here full of granny squares to connect. So that was everybody's day. Thankfully, after today, I shouldn't have that much more paperwork to sign. It's all off to the bank now. If you're just joining, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. We have a lot of fun here. Right. First square of the night is attached. Woohoo! Got a cluster done. This is just a little trick I do to weave in my ends ahead of time so that I just snip them off when I'm done. And I still gotta edit Saturday's video. That's fine. Worry about that later. Okay, there we go. We're doing the join as you go method for connecting granny squares, where you crochet them together instead of sewing them together. Can be tedious, but it looks pretty cool afterwards. Let's see. This is coming together quite nicely. Isn't it, chat? Say, y'all are quiet tonight. You know, I usually go live on Tuesday nights, but I was just so tired last night. Stressed to the max. So I didn't go live tonight instead. So I do hope you will stay and chat for a while. Right. Second square of the night attached. Woohoo. I hear the kitties walking around upstairs. I have 3 kitties. They're very sweet. Maybe they'll come on camera. Well, the boys will, at least. Zuzu does not come on camera. There we go. Okay, we've got 2 more squares to connect in this row, and then we will move on to the next one. And we'll just keep going until I run out of squares to connect, and then, depending on the time, we'll make more squares. I usually go live for about 2 hours. Who knows? I don't know. So, what's everybody working on? Anybody else crocheting right now? What are you crocheting? Anyone else working on some granny squares right now? They seem to be quite popular. Seems like everybody's making something granny square themed lately. Hello, welcome to the live. I'm good, I'm good. Stressed, but good. Why are you stressed? I'm just in the process of buying a house right now. And it's a very stressful process. Never signed so many papers in my life. So happy about it is happy. It's just a very stressful process to go through buying a house. There's just so many things that have to go right and have to converge all on each other at once. And the not knowing and the waiting and the not knowing and the waiting. And the house I'm buying is very old, so there's extra steps you have to go through with absolutely ancient houses like what I'm buying. It's well over 100 years old. Unfortunately, it's just you can't walk in and be like, okay, I want to buy this house, exchange money, boom. It's a long, arduous process. Losing house is extremely stressful. Yeah. I got like 30 years plus of stuff to pack up to move. Once I get the house, then I gotta move into it, and it's like, ah. It just all feels needlessly complicated. Everybody wants a cut, so. It's a rough area, but the kids all have their own rooms. Well, that's good. The house I'm buying is, well, nothing happens because it's in the middle of nowhere. So. And it's much smaller. I'm downsizing too. It's a perfect opportunity to get rid of 30 years worth of junk. Do you work or is crocheting your work? I am a teacher by day, and then crocheting is my side hustle. Crocheting / YouTube is my side hustle. So, like, I have a shop online, I do craft fairs and stuff, but most of my income comes from my day job. Age do you teach? I teach infants and young toddlers. I used to do pre-K. Pre-COVID, I was a pre-K teacher, but I moved down to babies after the pandemic. And I've been doing that ever since. And it's very nice, very good, rewarding work. Pay isn't the best, but I love working with them. But that's my day job, and then I get home and I make videos for YouTube. And then I go to bed. Can't be that bad pay. Yeah, I mean, it's not the best pay, but rent in my area is out of control to the point where a mortgage and utilities in one of the surrounding areas is actually way cheaper than rent in my area. And plus, it's a small, very old house. In an area with very low taxes, and then I'll just drive to my job. So, it all works out. I've been able to save up. I've been saving money for this for many, many years. Government housing in Scotland. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, the house buying process here in the United States is. I'll be glad when it's over. But hey, at least your government provides housing. Ours doesn't. I also don't have any kids, so. Most expensive thing you bought is a bicycle to get to your work. Well, that's good. You can live where you can cycle to work. My area is not very walkable. So, I would love to be able to like walk to my job more often, but the roads, even though I live close right now, are just too dangerous to cross. It's a very car-centric area. And the rents around here are absolutely insane. They don't cover any utilities, and it's like 1,200 US dollars a month for a basic. Very well home from our government. All our kids have their own rooms. That's really good. I'm happy for you. We don't get that here in the US. And like I said, rent in my area is out of control. It's like 1,200 US dollars a month for like a 1-bedroom apartment, but it doesn't include any utilities, so you're still paying for like electricity and water and trash and everything. You don't get anything with the apartments anymore. You're just paying the rent, and you got to pay for everything else yourself as well. So, but food stamps in America, those are incredibly hard to get, and they're actually the government's like phasing out the program or making it harder to get. And they're already very hard to get in the first place. And they don't give you a lot. And food stamps restrict what you can buy. Like you can't just buy anything. You can only buy certain kinds of food, certain brands of food. You can't buy any like specialty foods that, say, if you're gluten free, if you have celiac, food stamps won't. A lot of time food stamps won't cover gluten free food if you have celiac disease. Unless you have a baby. Only thing you get here when you have a baby is astronomical bills. You're gluten free? No, the food stamps, it's not really free food. It's kind of like cash to buy food from the government. Bad IBS. Ugh, preach it. I get it. Tummy troubles. And I know with food stamps every year they add new things you can't buy with them every year. Like the latest kerfluffle is that you can't buy birthday cake for your kids using food stamps anymore. You can't buy snacks. What can you buy? They keep changing it. You can buy, like, processed bread, so you can't buy fresh bread. You have to get, like, sandwich bread. You can buy 1% or skim milk. You can't buy any other kind of milk, and it has to be cow's milk. You can't buy, like, goat milk or oat milk or sausages. Depends, only, like, non-organic name brand sausages, prepackaged. Like, you can't use them to get, like, good fresh sausage. You can get, like, rice and beans. Sometimes you're able to get meat, but oftentimes not really. I mean, I've been very privileged enough to never have to get food stamps, but it's just every year they restrict more and more what people can buy, and you can get kicked out of the program very easily, or they'll cut the amount you get. And I also just don't think it's fair. It's like, oh, well, food stamps won't cover junk food, but they classify birthday cakes. So, like, if you're poor, you can't buy and you rely on food stamps, you can't buy your kid a birthday cake or a piece of candy. It's just, the program's too restrictive, and it just gets more and more restrictive. So, it's not really a fair system. People should be able to buy what foods they need without being overly restricted. Like, you should be able to use food stamps to get fresh bread and decent meat and a cake for your kid when it's their birthday. And I think with a lot of food stamps, you can only buy name brand products. So, like, say the store brand is cheaper, it's the exact same thing, store brand versus name brand. But the food stamps won't cover the store brand, which is oftentimes cheaper, so, or more affordable, I should say, not cheaper. It's the exact same products, just different labels. All right, we finished another row of squares. But yeah. All right, let's put on a mushroom square right here. What time is it? It's only 6:37. Wow, it's been getting dark earlier. Fall is coming. I love fall. Fall is my favorite season. Apples and pumpkins and treats and Halloween and Thanksgiving and colorful leaves. And it cools off, but it's not too cold. Because summer here in Pennsylvania this year was just absolutely miserable. It was so humid all summer. They're predicting a pretty terrible winter for my area, which I'm not looking forward to. But, eh. At least fall has been the weather here recently has been pretty nice. Not too hot, not too cold. Sun's been out. Though I'm sure the weather will change soon and it'll go back to being terrible weather because Pennsylvania never has good weather. Here we go. Now, I do believe this is one of the last rows of the blanket we need to do. I'll stop and count how many rows we have when I'm done attaching this square. Okay, another square attached. Been on a roll tonight, which is good. I like it when we're on a roll. All right, let's count how many rows total we have on this blanket. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're on the second to last row of this blanket, guys. This is row number 12 out of 13. So we are almost to the finish line. I've been working on this since January. I'm not going to know what to do with myself when it's actually finally done. Just weaving in this end here, so that when I'm done, I can just snip them all off. So I'm wondering if maybe I can actually connect every square in my basket tonight. If I could, that would be great. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live if you haven't yet already. Hit that subscribe button. Trying to get the algorithm to like me more. Excuse me. Excuse me. Got the hiccups. Another square is all connected. How exciting. Okay, now I need to connect a flower granny square. This one right here. Hi, Aaliyah. Welcome to the live. Oh, God. Tired again. Ugh. It's only Wednesday, and it's already been such a busy week. I haven't even started editing Saturday's video yet. I'll probably do that tomorrow night after work. In between bouts of screaming. Because, yeah. All my paperwork got sent to underwriting for my house today. So now we just wait. Wait on the bank. And the inspector and the appraiser. And then I have to pay all sorts of fees. But, oh well. It's also my birthday on Monday. Had some delicious Olive Garden for my birthday dinner. No, just one weirdo in the first 5 minutes that I dealt with on my own after a stern teacher look. But it's been pretty quiet tonight. Which, I mean, I'll take it. Not too wild. But we're on row number 12 of Granny Squares, so the finish line music is starting to play in my head. That final lap music in Mario Kart. Gosh, I haven't gone on a good video game binge in a while. Once all this house stuff is done, I'm seriously considering taking a week off work just to relax and play video games. Like, not even film for YouTube or anything, just rot. Just too dang much going on at once. All right. Square connected. On a roll. Woohoo! All right. Regular square. I have 3 of these left. So we'll go until I run out of squares, and then I actually have a baby blanket I need to work on. Because I got invited to a baby shower in 2 weeks. How many rows are left? 1.5. We are working on row 12 right now, and then it's just row 13, and then it's done. And then we, well, do the border and everything, but the border will only take a long time because I'm just going to go around the whole thing to make it look like one giant granny square. And then I'll do a round of single crochet to finish it off. Literally the home stretch. Which is the perfect because the wedding is a month from tomorrow. October 11th is the wedding. And it's getting to the part where everybody is going completely knucking futs. My brother is stressed beyond belief. My sister-in-law is stressed beyond belief. My mom is stressed beyond belief. Dad is stressed beyond belief. The in-laws are stressed beyond belief. I exist in a perpetual state of stress, so I'm just vibing. Well, no. I'm stressed because of both the wedding and the house purchasing process. Like, getting this blanket done isn't even in the top 20 most stressful things going on right now. Just, it's great for unwinding because I'm like, oh, I'm still doing an important task to reduce my stress. But it's not one of the big stressors. So, I'm wondering, maybe we'll finish the blanket on a live stream. And do the motivation to go, go, go. I don't know. I was gonna go live yesterday, and then I didn't. Because, well, I was busy fighting with a scanner. And signing paperwork and then scanning it. And then signing more paperwork and then scanning it. And then finding a pay stub from like 3 months ago. I'm like, I don't know where that went. I have ADHD. There needs to be an ADHD friendly mortgage company. Yeah. Yeah. I was just immediately like, I ain't got time for that. Go away. I truly believe all men need to be put in a big hole in Nebraska until they learn how to act, and then they can come out. Like, you know, the average clown gets at least $40,000 a year, and yet here they are acting like one for free. Okay. Another square. All connected. God, I just realized putting the border on this thing is going to be a nightmare. But an even bigger nightmare is going to be wrapping this thing. Because it is heavy. It's huge and it's heavy. Ta-da! Hi, welcome to the live. Welcome to the party. It's a Granny Square party. Yeah, I'm like, what am I dreading more? Sitting there working on the border? Because I'm going to be working on a single side for so long because this thing is so huge. Or finding a way to wrap it up. Like, I don't think they even make tubes of wrapping paper big enough. Oh, perfect. Alright. Mushroom Square time. Nope, nope, nope. Wrong side. Start at the bottom. It's like, wait a minute. But yes, we are in the literal home stretch. To the point where after I attach this mushroom square, we're done with mushroom squares for a bit because I have one more in the basket, but I need that to film a tutorial. Same with the flower square in there, so we're almost done with the square attachments for tonight. And then I'm going to work on a baby blanket solely because I need that non-buy next weekend. And I still got a month to go for this. So, woohoo! Progress! Can't believe it's been almost a whole year working on this, guys, and we're so close to being done. And we've passed the 1 hour mark about 7 minutes ago. And my legs hurt because I can't sit crisscross applesauce anymore. Jeez, this thing is like more than... This thing is taller than I am already. Which, I mean, it's not that hard to be taller than me, but... Well, the goal is for it to be taller than my brother. And he's very tall. He's 6 feet. which is annoying because he's the younger brother. Therefore, he should be smaller than me. But no, I have to look up to look him in the eye. I'm the shortest one in my family. But I can climb better than everybody in my family, which helps because, yes, I am that person that just, there's something on the top of the shelf at the grocery store I need. I just climb right up. Okay, corner. They call that the people who are a danger to themselves and others. Yeah, no, definitely. I've got no problem scaling things to get to what I want. Scared everybody at work once because they asked me to go get my really tall coworker to go try and find something on top of a really tall shelf, and I was like, oh, we don't need her, and then I literally just climbed up the shelves like it was a ladder. And my boss was like, you're gonna hurt yourself. I was like, no, I'm not. I do this all the time. And then I I saw that what they were looking for was not there. And then I climbed back down, and she looked like she was gonna have a heart attack the entire time. I'm like, what? Listen, I gotta climb the counters at my house all the time. Here, where I live now, not the one I'm buying. Everything in that one is much lower to the ground because it was built over 100 years ago and people were closer to my height back then. So finally, it's a perfect house. It's sized just for me. Drives my mother crazy. Connected. This one flower, that one. Alright, and then we gotta be done. Because so I just have 3 more squares with me right now to attach. Because whatever's left over in the basket I need to film a tutorial with. So yeah, literally so close to the finish line. Oh my goodness. Right. I hear Rocky snoring upstairs. They haven't come down to pay their rent yet. But they'll come down eventually. Now, I gotta think, because I'm making tutorials for each of these squares that go in the blanket. But I'm wondering about releasing the tutorials. Like, do I want to release them one a day for 3 days? Or do I want to do one a week for 3 weeks? And then have, like, the grand finale be, we finished the blanket! I don't know. What do y'all think, chat? I'm kind of going for one a week on my usual tutorial posting schedule. So I usually post tutorials on Tuesdays. Because if I did one a week, I would have like a whole month of those, because I would be starting to post these close to the end of September. Because then, after I make the tutorials for these granny squares, I want to make a Halloween tutorial. One a week, you won't mess it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I tend to have those big blocks of time in between each long form video. And I remember once I posted a short and a long form video on the same day, and it sent everything into a tailspin. So that's what I was going for. Thinking. Because I think I've got a pretty consistent posting schedule for both short and long. I've been bad about shorts lately just because I haven't had the time to really sit and film any short form videos, because I've been buying a house and working my full-time job and working on this from time to time, and like, I don't want to turn every single thing I make into a content thing. Like, sometimes I just want to sit and make something. like the baby blanket I'm working on. I've got like a few vlog clips of it, but like I'm not making a short or anything because I really just want to sit and make it and not worry about like camera angles and such. Still trying to keep that balance, that YouTube life balance, YouTube craft balance. Yep. One of my friends, he sent me a meme. Love it when I get memes from people. Teacher memes are really funny when you understand all the lingo and stuff. Like when you have an in-service day and it doesn't turn into a PD day. Woo! The average person would have no idea what I'm saying. But everyone that works in the field is like, yes, please, an in-service day that doesn't turn into a PD day. Which they did this year for our in-service day before the new school year started, and I just about rioted. You know what PD is? Well, yeah, your mom was a teacher. So. Used to go into her school sometimes for those days. My condolences. Like, yes, PD is important as a teacher, but don't take the one day a year I have to clean my classroom to do it. Like, I'm pretty sure I got paperwork from back in 2018. Like a little celebrity, because you were probably the most entertaining part of the day if they were sitting there with the training. Because I know one of the people there brought her baby, and we were just passing the baby around the whole time while our brains all leaked out of our ears. We were like, can we go play with the kids instead? Staff kids are always the celebrities. They walk around like they own the place. Oh, these corners. There was always something to do, yeah. Something always needs done. Here we go. Yay! Another flower square attached. Now we just have to attach a traditional, plain, regular, whatever I've been calling them. And then, well, I've got one more mushroom and one more flower one in here, but I need those, again, like I said, to film a tutorial, so we're going to pause on that. And I still need a bunch more of those regular ones, but it's fine. Because we're almost done. And I have a baby blanket to work on. So, ta-da. Associate traditional mushroom, traditional flower. Last one of the night, and then we'll go work on that baby blanket. Because that one is due sooner. Excuse me. My goodness. I liked that pizza I had for dinner tonight, but it did not like me. The refrigerator's making weird noises again. And we've just hit the hour-and-a-half mark, so like and subscribe if you haven't yet already. Pretty please. Get that algorithm liking me more. Someday we'll hit the first 1K. Someday. Sooner rather than later, I hope. Oh gosh, I went to Michael's on Monday, my birthday. I had a gift card. And there was big twist value there. So obviously I rated it and bought a bunch. But I used a gift card, so technically that means it was free. Free is the best, yes. And you know, the very fact that I'm like getting a mortgage and buying a house means that girl math works, because I have dyscalculia, so I've been running off of girl math my entire life, and clearly it's been working. So there's got to be some truth to it. But yes, I used a gift card, so that means it was free. Though I don't know if I'm going to include all of that in my unboxing day video for September. I might, I don't know. It's more of a birthday yarn haul. I haven't broken into any of it yet, so I probably will. But yeah, that's what we did for my birthday on Monday night. My parents took me to Michael's with a gift card and unleashed me. So I'm not allowed to go to Michael's unsupervised. Never ends well. And plus, without that gift card, I wouldn't have gone, because I'm on a non-essential yarn buying ban until after I finish closing on this house and build my money back up. Which is fine. I've got a pretty healthy stash. I don't really need anything for a while, but what I really wanted was to try and score a Caron anniversary cake, but my Michaels didn't have any. They had the slice of anniversary cake, but I wanted the whole thing to make hats out of. Because it's pretty much the only reason I use that super bulky yarn is for knitting hats. Occasionally a big cowl. But I prefer Premier Puzzle for that. And anniversary cake is thicker than Premier Puzzle. Thought about getting the slice, but I was like, nah. I got a bunch of big twist instead. Last square of the night attached. And I'm going to set this aside and we're going to work on a baby blanket. But good gravy, this thing is huge and heavy. It's well over 6 feet long. Ugh. Just throw that over there. Get my go bag. This is my travel bag. All the projects I travel with. Put this back. And let's show you all what's currently on my hook for Whip Wednesday. This works. It works. Let's see. Why do I have the letter from the Department of Human? Oh, that. I had to give that to my boss. You see my teacher planner. It's also in here. I can probably take these out. These are for hat purposes. Alright, so here's the baby blanket I have been working on. Baby is due mid-October. So I have a cute little pumpkin here in the middle. The little girl. That pattern is by Repeat Crafter Me, the pumpkin. And then I'm just doing continuous rounds of this modern granny square. Love the colors. Thank you. Yeah, baby's due peak fall season, so peak fall baby. I think that's no. This colorway, this is Premier Basics Multi Harvest. And this is Premier Just Yarn Worsted White. I've got an affiliate link in the chat if anybody wants it. I get a small commission and it doesn't cost you a thing. Let's get myself combobulated here. But yeah, I like this kind of pattern style of granny square. This I think is called the modern granny square, though it's not really modern. This idea has been around since the 70s, but it's chain alternating rounds of clusters and chains, and it gives it really good drape. Makes it warm but loose. Great for baby blankets. And I love doing this pattern with a solid and a variegated for the chains. I think I did this pattern for a good friend of mine who had a baby back in March. Yeah, March. She just hit 6 months. Where I used a rainbow variegated and plain white. I think there's a picture on my Instagram and it was so pretty. So yeah, I like pairing like a neutral with a variegated for these. And then I stick a little applique in the middle. Like a flower, or in this case, a pumpkin. So, yeah, this is kind of my go-to default square baby blanket pattern. Make a lot of baby blankets when you think about it. Considering that I work with babies and I like to make them a birthday gift every year for their first birthday. Every baby that's ever been in my class gets a handmade gift from me for their first birthday. And it's really cool seeing them come to school with their blankets that I made them. I'm like, oh, that looks familiar. But this one is a baby shower gift. A former baby I had's mom is pregnant again due mid-October. She invited me to the baby shower. Boy, it got dark out real quick. And I still need to make a kelp bucket hat. Oh boy. I realized once I finished that blanket, the big one, I mean, gotta really lean into market prepping again, because I am. The winter market I did last year, I got back into that one for this year. I don't know if I've talked about that on live, but it's the same market I did when I was in that making a sweater in 1 week video. Which maybe this year I'll do a rematch of that video, making another sweater in a week. But can I make it maybe another style of sweater? And can I make it even uglier? Or maybe I'll try knitting an ugly one. I don't know. Or I'll do a different style, because I know the one I did last year was a Raglan's pullover style. Top down, in a circle, spinny thing. So maybe I'll break out my old pattern I used to do for sweaters before I figured out how to do them in the round I made them in panels, so I'd make like a front panel, a back panel, sleeve panels, and then sew everything together. Because that could open up a bunch of new possibilities of stitches, like the Catherine wheel or the brick stitch or something. I love the Catherine wheel stitch. All right. This is so cute. I want to make like a giant one. No, I'm getting ahead of myself. Can't come up with too many more projects. I gotta deal with what's already on my plate first. I have that problem. I come up with too many ideas. There's not enough time to do them. When I was a kid, I used to wish Narnia was real. Because then I could go do my homework in Narnia. Because time doesn't pass in our world when you're in Narnia. So I could go get all my homework done in Narnia. I could get so much stuff done if I had just like a few more hours in the day and less ADHD. Because I gotta factor in that sit and stare at the wall time, which is annoying. Ugh. The only problem with these big skeins, the Just Yarn skeins, is that you can't really pull from the center easily. And I have been converted into a center pull girly. Yeah. I should probably take a vlog clip right now. Of me working on this. I've been a bad vlogger lately. Alright, pause. We will take some vlog clips. Excuse me. Just content creator things. Nah, it sucked. This is annoying. Okay. There we go. Again, just content creator things. I just somehow kind of stumbled into this life. I have no idea what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm at that throwing everything at the algorithm to see what sticks. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard for me to stay on top of these kind of like trendy things because by the time I get time to sit and do the trendy things, it's already moved on to the next trend. Oh gosh, how hilarious was it Saturday, my Saturday Night Live, when Rocky turned off the internet mid live stream? Like, in hindsight, that had to have been absolutely hilarious. Oh, we're just about to hit the 2-hour mark, so don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't yet already. Hope you'll stay and chat for a bit as I work on this baby blanket. making? I am working on a baby blanket right now. I got invited to a baby shower, so this will be the gift. It's for a little baby due mid-October. Has a little pumpkin in the middle. Cool, thank you. So, I figure I put the little pumpkin in the middle. And then this is the modern granny square, I think it's what it's called. It's kind of like brick stitch in the round. Or block stitch, or whatever you call it. But it's alternating chains and clusters. One round you chain, one round you do the clusters. Crochet for the homeland sometimes. That's very kind of you. I knit double-stranded beanies that I plan on giving out to the local homeless population. Using my scrap yarn, I make these fun, colorful, thick, warm hats. Guys, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet already. Join me in my constant battle with algorithms. And then we'll probably jump off a live sooner rather than later. It's getting late. I'm getting tired. It's a weeknight. I gotta go teach tomorrow. So we'll probably go for about 10 more minutes, and then I need to go to sleep. Yeah, it's a little after 8 o'clock. And I still have some things I gotta do around the house before I can go to bed, so. I say we finish the next round of chains and then call it a night. Guess you'll like here. Thanks, Aaliyah. Always appreciate it. Helping my little channel grow. Just keep plugging away at it. The little bars in the monetization category go up a little bit every day. It's just we gotta hit that 1K and those watch hours. Which live streaming has been getting my watch hours up pretty good. It's just I started trying to introduce a weeknight live, and then life decided to be annoying. next week, I don't know if we're going to be able to get a weeknight live in because I've got something going on every night. The refrigerator keeps making weird noises, and I'm getting kind of annoyed. Alrighty. Here we go. This is getting to be decently sized pretty quick. Like, I only started this Sunday evening. Okay. Well, this stitch also works up fairly quickly. And it seems bigger than it is because of the stretch. It's super stretchy and drapey. gotta see if I can make this into like a triangle. Figure out how to make this stitch a triangle and make a triangle shawl out of it. Project for spring. You love what I'm making tonight? Thank you. I try my best. I just love the little pumpkin in the middle. It's so cute. I need to find... I love the pumpkin applique. The pattern is by Repeat Crafter Me, and I need to find more projects to stick it on. Because it's so cute. Maybe I'll make some pumpkin coasters. Or something to that effect. I have plenty of orange cotton. And I'd only need a little bit of brown and green. So maybe I will add that into the list of things to crochet. And then I could make a video out of it. How many pumpkin coasters can I crochet in one day? I also want to make like a little cat coaster or something. Little black cat coasters for Halloween. Got all these ideas tumbling around in my head and just not enough time to do it. I just got some kind of notification. Okay, yeah. But we're done with this round. I'm gonna get off alive. I am falling asleep here. And this pattern is really, I've got this so well committed to memory that it's super hypnotic, and I feel myself floating away. Alright, there we go. Do this corner, and then I'm going to bed. And done. Okay, here we go. Alright, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to the live, but I'm incredibly tired and falling asleep, so yeah, I'm gonna get off of live now, but thanks for coming. Thanks for connecting Granny Squares. Thanks for working on the baby blanket with me. Good night, and I will see you all in the Saturday live. So, good night.